Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. First of all, let me just tell you, this isn't clickbait. I recently read a bacon curing recipe that shocked me so much, I felt I had to do something. But before I tell you about that recipe, let me tell you how I came to be in a position where I was reading this recipe. Well, back in early August, I received an email message from a publisher who was bringing out a new book, and they asked me if I would like an advanced copy, and they wanted a bit of feedback as a result. So I said yes, I gave them my details, they sent me the book, and I read through its contents. I sat down, cup of tea, read through the contents. I mean, who doesn't like a new book on food smoking or curing, especially if that's your passion? So I sat down with this book with a great amount of enthusiasm, looking to give it a shining review. But little did I know what I was going to find. My concerns were first raised by a whole paragraph on sodium nitrate, and not so much the use of sodium nitrate, but actually what was in that paragraph. So let me read that paragraph to you. To achieve crispy, smoky, golden brown bacon, we would recommend the use of sodium nitrate. However, it is essential to strike a balance by not relying solely on sodium nitrate, as it can be overpowering. Combining it with salt helps to mitigate its harshness and ensures a more balanced flavour. We recommend, and here's the interesting bit, a 50-50 ratio of salt to nitrate, just enough for the chemical change. Well, as you can imagine, that really did throw up some red flags, and I thought, well, that needs to be looked into, because that is certainly not a recipe that I would follow. It's using way too much product, way too much product. So I thought I'd scan through the book and check to see if there were any recipes using this method. So some way into the book, there was a recipe for making bacon, and it was a dry cure recipe. Called for 1 kilogram of pork, either belly or loin, and it was using, and I'll read directly from the book here so I get it absolutely accurately, and I'm only really going to focus on the quantity of meat and the curing salts. There are other herbs and sweeteners with this particular cure, but I'm just focusing in on the curing agents and the salt. So it calls for 1 kilogram of either loin or belly, 75 grams or 3 ounces of cure salt / sodium nitrate, and it says see page 26, which is actually that paragraph I just read to you. And then an additional 75 grams or 3 ounces of coarse sea salt. Now there are some other ingredients in this, I mean some juniper and some sweetener, but I just want to focus really on that particular element of it, the curing salt. Now this particular recipe was for 5 days of cure, and it's a dry cure, so we're not even diluting this amount of sodium nitrate with water. So that really did initially raise my concerns. I mean, even with a 50-50 blend of sodium nitrate and salt mixed with an additional 75 grams of salt would mean that you're going to have about 37.5 grams of pure sodium nitrate. So as you can see from the amount of product he's using, it's vastly too much, somewhere in the region of 420 times as much curing agent as I would use for a similar sized piece of bacon. And that's just way too much. So I'll leave some links in the description to how I cure bacon so that you can follow the steps and you can see the quantities that I use. But just as a general rule, I use 2.5 grams of Prague powder for every kilogram of meat. and Prague powder. And I use Prague powder 1, so I don't use nitrate, I use nitrite, sodium nitrite. But of that 2.5 grams, only 1/16 of it is actual sodium nitrite. So you can see the amounts of product that I use are vastly smaller than what's being advocated in this book. So here's what I did. Obviously I was concerned about this bacon recipe, the quantities of cure being used, and I thought, well, I can't just ignore this. This is something that I need to give them feedback on, because obviously I've got a physical book in my hand here. This book's already been published and it's ready to go out on sale. And it was due to go out on sale, I think, at the beginning of October. So I thought, well, strike while the iron's hot, get in touch with them. So I phoned them, I left a message and gave them my concerns. And my concerns weren't the fact that the author was using sodium nitrate for curing bacon. I mean, it's an unorthodox method of curing bacon, because I'd usually use a nitrite. And also it's a product that's going to be cooked with, so using nitrate tends to form nitrosamines, which aren't particularly healthy. And certainly with the quantities of product this author was using, they were way too high. So I considered it not to be a very healthy way of curing. And the fact that the book was for novices as well, that concerned me too, because someone might misread that recipe and maybe use 75 grams of nitrate. So there were some valid concerns. I had some valid concerns. So that's basically the message I left with them. Well, this is the response I got back. I was quite surprised by the response I got back, to be fair, but let me just read that to you. Dear Taran, I hope you're well. My colleague, I'll gloss out the name, kindly shared your concerns about the sodium nitrate section in our new title, Do Smoke, A Modern Guide to Cooking and Curing. I've spoken to the author about the issue. He understands that when it comes to sodium nitrate, there are a number of different opinions amongst professional smokers, and he fully respects that. The quantities in the book are based on his way of doing it, tried and tested over many years as a commercial chef and with products approved by food trading standards, especially when he's supplying Fortnum and Masons, Harrods and Selfridges, some of the top stores in the UK, as I'm sure most of you listening to this would have heard of those stores. Same applies to his methods and timings. He agrees that sodium nitrate will still work with a smaller quantity. At the other end of the spectrum, he's worked with butchers who use 100% sodium nitrate. In terms of the saltpeter, as you can tell from reading the book, Do Smoke is very much a beginner's guide to smoking, and the author wanted to give people access to curing salts. This can be purchased from Amazon and will do the same thing. Now, I mean, she's even reiterated there that this is a book for beginners. So it's even more important that any information that you give out is clear, concise, unambiguous, and above all, safe. So she finishes by saying, thanks again for raising your concerns. As publishers, this is a section we went over a few times and it was read by editorial professionals. It's a small part of the book, but one that we felt was necessary to include, especially given the bacon recipe, for reasons the authors explain. Hope that helps, and thanks again for taking the time to get in touch. Well, having received that email and digesting it and reading through it, I was a little bit surprised by the response. You know, defending the author, saying that they've spoken to other professionals, and then also conflicting that whole response by saying it's a guide for new people coming into food smoking and curing. So it was just a mixed response. It was quite defensive and a little bit dismissive of the safety concerns that I was raising. So I thought, well, I can't leave it there. So I wrote back. So here's my response. I wrote this on the 5th of September. So I put, "Hi, thanks for your reply, but I do feel you may have missed my concerns as they were ultimately relayed to you by another. It's not the author's opinion on sodium nitrate that concerns me. It's the fact that what he is advocating is dangerous. He's using vastly too much product in brines and dry cures, which could lead to someone hurting themselves or worse. You may want to refer to EU legislation on nitrate levels in cured meats for some guidance, but typically I would use 0.156 grams per kilogram sodium nitrate for a dry cure. You can see from this bacon dry cure recipe the quantities of sodium nitrate are off the scale. If you feel you've done your due diligence and you're comfortable with the quantities he's using, then fine. But I'm just registering my concerns to you personally, as you have at least some duty of care to your readers." Can I finish by saying that other than the points I've raised, the book is nicely presented and some of the recipe ideas are new to me and are inspiring. And that's true to say. I think whenever you give a review, you can't just focus on what's causing you massive concerns, but obviously there were some actually interesting recipes in the back of this book which didn't involve curing, they just involved smoking. And so the smoking side of the book was fine, and the recipes thereof fine, but the curing side, huge red flag. Well, after sending that email, I thought that was going to be it. So after writing to them on the 5th of September, I received a response straight away. So let me read that response to you. "Hi Taran, sorry if my response wasn't clear, but I did discuss the quantities given with the author. He's comfortable with those quantities, which he has used for many years, and does not consider them to be dangerous. That said, as you've raised this concern twice, we will review at the book's first reprint with a view to lowering in line with current guidance." And then she's annotated someone to please note. We're glad to hear you like the book and its recipes overall. As with any new publication, it took a huge investment of time and effort on the part of the authors and the wider team. So always nice to receive positive feedback. Well, again, I just thought that was a bit of a cop-out reply, especially as I raised concerns in terms of their duty of care. But they seemed to be happy that they were going to reprint this at the next reprint once they'd sold all the copies that they had, irrespective of the fact that all the ones with all that bad information in there were going to be out there for the public to consume and potentially cause themselves some real issues. Anyway, that was the reply that I received from them. Little did I know that some 4 weeks after that, things were going to take a dramatic turn. A month went by and I was preparing for this very video. I had the camera all set up. I was going to be talking about this particular bacon recipe, and my phone pinged and an email came up, and it was from the publishers. And I could not believe what I was reading. Let me read this to you. "Hi Taran, I hope you're well. I wanted to follow up on your email as we took action yesterday to remedy the sodium nitrate issue in Do Smoke, which is the book, obviously. One other commercial smoker got in touch, and that was more than enough to go back to the author and really get to the bottom of it. As you probably guessed, he uses a blend of curing salts, of which only a tiny percentage is actual sodium nitrate. And while the quantities given in the book will assure his recipe works, they are definitely not sodium nitrate in its purest form. We have contacted and re-uploaded the ebook. The print book is temporarily on stop while we add a correction sticker to the inside front cover of each copy in the warehouse. Although some will already be in the wild, And of course, we'll submit an amended PDF of the book at its first reprint. Where possible, we're contacting people who've purchased the book to let them know, for example, website customers, and sending an updated version of the book. Anyway, wanted to let you know and thank you again for bringing this to our attention. Well, wow. I mean, that is a hell of a response. And it looks very much like they've taken some quite serious action. But I emailed them back asking for a copy of that sticker so I could append it to the book that I've got here. So hopefully that'll arrive in the post and I'll update you when I get that. But the purpose of this video was obviously to let you know that there is a recipe in this book which is potentially dangerous. But if you do have a copy of this book and it hasn't got a warning sticker in it, do get in touch with the publishers. There are details in the description to this video. It's really important that you do that. And if you don't get in touch with them, just don't do the bacon recipe in there. Well, that's the video, guys. I hope you found that content helpful and useful. And if you do have any comments, I would be very interested to hear what you've got to say, certainly in terms of the content of curing agent they were using. Anyway, folks, take care of yourselves, be safe out there, and I will catch you on the next video. Cheers, bye-bye.